Greetings, peace and blessings, everybody. Need to take a deep breath. That was a bit of a trip down memory lane, but yeah, that's all good. Just two critical messages that I'd like to share from my personal experience of being a DV victim of 12 years and now, alhamdulillah, proud survivor. From my personal experience, all I can say is that the best possible way going forward is to know who you are as a woman, as an individual, as a human. Know who you are. God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, has created us all equal, all men and women, all humans. And He's created us even more powerful because I believe we can give birth. We can hold on to another creation in our wombs. We can nurture them, we can nourish them. We can be a lioness when it requires. We can be a mother when it's needed. We can be a lover when it's needed again. So many different powerful roles we can play along the lines. And so know who you are. And if you know who you are, it's easier for you to know what you stand for, what your ground is, what your true values are, what your core beliefs are. And according to them, please very, very clearly set your boundaries. Set your boundaries very, very clearly so that the minute you feel somebody's trying to tread on your toes or try to get into your comfort zone, your alarm bell should automatically start going off. Now, I'd like you to put immediate focus on the word that I used, feel, when you feel somebody is pushing your boundaries. I didn't even mention the state of belief. Because you're deluded, you're exaggerating. I'm not who you are, who you think I am. You're just stretching it far too beyond. So your own personal belief doesn't even get the space to move in at some point in time, because according to the person, you're deluded. And you're gaslighting, you're second-guessing yourself. You're living your life in a state of low self-esteem and low self-confidence. So please, the minute that you feel somebody is treading on your toes, the alarm bell should immediately go off and don't let it slide. And the reason why I'm saying don't let it slide is because you'd be doing yourself a great favor, you'd be doing your generations a great favor, and you'd be doing that man a great favor as well. I don't want to sound a feminist, I'm a humanist. Hence the reason I touch upon all these three elements, because all these three people in that triangle, the self, the children, and the perpetrator, are all humans at the end of the day. And we make mistakes. It could be a possibility that your spouse is doing whatever he's doing unconsciously. He may be himself coming from a background of a DV and he doesn't understand, so he needs help. And so because you're a powerful person and that's how God's created you, you can juggle with different roles, you can multitask. Come on, you need to take control of the situation. Don't give your power away. It's only when you give your power away is when the other person is going to manipulate it and strip you and shatter you. So please, don't give your power away. Immediately report it, speak up against it, sooner rather than later. Because if you are not emotionally resilient and you don't speak up, where are we heading towards? We're heading towards broken families. And as you've seen, knife crime is just one example of that. Where does it stem from? Where does the trigger lie? Statistically, it's mostly coming from people who are not emotionally stable ever since childhood, probably ever since they were in their mother's home. So why go down that route? Why not curb the problem at its inception stage, at the grassroots levels? So speak about it, Seek help for your spouse. They may need it. They don't know. They may need it. You might need it. You might be healing from some, previous trauma, a bitter experience at some stage in your life. And you'd be able to help your future generations as well. Because if you do not speak up and you let it slide and brush it under the carpet, what's going to happen is you're setting bad examples. You're not helping your marriage. You're basically taking it to a tangent whereby instead of being in a thriving relationship, you're just going to carry on suffering, being in victim mode, letting that relationship instead of thriving to being a striving one. And relationships are not meant for that purpose. Relationships are not meant for that purpose. They're there for yourselves to be each other's support network and love and enjoy the bond and share the bounties and the blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala God's bestowed upon you in each other and through your families. So report it and speak about it. Try to seek as much help as you can, and I'm sure there are loads of networks out there whereby if you go and report it, they'll definitely be out there to support you in this. The second message would be speak up, because if we don't, not only are we oppressing and suppressing ourselves, we're letting the perpetrator go scot-free, and the third and the most important element here to touch upon is that you're giving mixed messages to your children, that it's okay to be suppressed, it's okay to be oppressed, it's okay to be, to bear with this problem, it's okay to be a victim, to be abused and slandered, but it's not okay. Why it's not okay? Because you're a human, you don't deserve this, and secondly, if you don't put a stop to it, your children are going to repeat the cycle. So what's going to happen when your kids grow old? They're going to repeat the same vicious cycle unconsciously, and then what are we looking at? Spoiling our generations upon generations upon generations. So in retrospect, what's the impact? The impact is not only that we're ruining ourselves, our relationships, our children, our generations, but we're spoiling the community as well. So let's just step up and take the responsibility and not give away our control. Let's just not give away our power, because God has created us very, very powerful. Let's take control and charge of the entire situation and seek help. Seek help for the spouse, seek help for ourselves if need be, and for the children as well. So now, just quickly before I wrap it up, I wouldn't mind confessing that I've lost 2 sons in this vicious cycle of being a victim. My oldest one is now 21, and the younger one is now almost 19. And I was at the verge of losing my daughter as well. And all of this because I had not healed properly. I was a part of whatever was going on along with my children, but I'm sure if I healed properly and if I seeked help, I might have been able to help them and pull them out. Sadly, I couldn't. I'm not playing a blame game here. I'm not going to feel guilty. I'm not going to confront. I'm going to carefront. I'm going to take charge. I'm going to take the responsibility. And I did for my daughter. And I did for myself. And I'm going to go and take responsibility for my future generations. So just quickly before I wrap it up, as a management consultant and an ODE practitioner, I basically linger around in organizations teaching people that the only thing that can bring sustainable competitive advantage to your organizations in this competitive environment is your people. So invest in them to retain them, nurture them, and nourish them. And it's the same principle that we need to live by when it comes to our households. Nourish your people, your family, your children, your spouse, and yourself. Not only for yourself, let's build a sustainable home, a sustainable community, and let's build a sustainable Britain. And that's all I have to say.